So, continuing the story from part two, it was the year I lost my beautiful grandmother, and so we end up finishing with a 27-29 record, and then we made a push in the winter of 2022 for a pretty decent record, and that was the first winning record in years, which ultimately got me, robbed of a championship. I end up in the championship, and history repeats itself. Pretty much, I fall because I couldn't get the job done. And once again, my partner improves, however, not enough to help me win. By 2023, we have another summer league where we have another losing record. And pretty much by once again, winter of 2023, I end up finishing with a 7th place record, and we end up with a back-to-back record where we finished with a very, very close winning record. However, that would ultimately seal Mark's fate as my bowling partner. I end up replacing him as my bowling partner because I felt it was time to move on, and it was also time to retire the name Rocket and Winalapi, despite having one championship appearance with that team, and multiple wins, 2 winning seasons, and I just felt it was time to move on. And here I am in 2024, and right now we are at 7-5. I changed the name to Lightning Invader, and the reason for that was because I had a vote, and everybody thought Lightning Invader because Star Wars was my childhood favorite, and Sith, they use lightning, and that made sense to me, so ultimately it was born. So right now, guys, we are in the midst of making a push for a championship. I'm not a bad person for replacing Mark because I wish him nothing but the best, and his provider, she was pretty salty with me last year at the banquet, but it is what it is. And Ashley, she's been the same ever since 2017, ever since she kicked me off her team. And in 2 weeks, guys, we face them, and it will be David versus David. And in 3 weeks, speaking of Mark, we're going to be facing Mark, and that's going to be an emotional matchup for me because I helped him. I put my heart into everything, and I helped him get every single one of those trophies, and the first 3 weeks have already shown because my name's on that list and his isn't. And I pretty much have proved the doubters wrong, and we're going to try to do it again and try to get our win record up to 11 wins and bounce back after a tough series loss for the first time this season. However, like I said, one game at a time, we're going to see what we could do because it's going to be a good challenge. We lost to the defending champions. They were defending champions. They were champions last season for a reason. And, If you want to be the champs, you gotta beat the champs, and that's what we did at least in one game. But we gotta learn. We gotta beat in all 4 games. We gotta win all 4 games, and we gotta do better. We gotta do better, and we gotta put more points. Alright guys, well, that's my story for you guys. Hit that subscribe button and go check out part 1 if you missed it.